Hey coaches, this video is gonna take a look at our favorite 7-on-7 football plays. Okay, um, these plays are basically at a 3-by-2 formation, three receivers to one side, two receivers to the other, and then in our league we do have a center. Kid doesn't snap it like your traditional center; he just turns and throws it to the quarterback, and then he could go out on the pass. If your league doesn't have a center, okay, which most don't, from what I've heard anyway. You could just have him line up a receiver to whichever side, or you could have him line up as a receiver there. You could put him in the backfield and just have him run that same route, or you could change his route, have him do whatever you want. But this is just how we do it in our league. All right, so let's get through the plays real quick. This is how we label our kids. When we print this play sheet out, okay, and show our players, we'll give each kid a number, and that's the receiver they are. Okay, going forward. So if John is one, anytime he sees one, that's the route he's running. So it's really simple for the kids. Okay, you're one, you're two, you're three, you're four, you're five, you're six, and then whoever your QB is. So it keeps it simple, and so they'll always know what number to look at. So you don't gotta go, okay, you're gonna run this, you're gonna run this. You throw it up, they see what number they are, and that's the pattern they're running. Okay, so that's just how we label our receivers. It makes it much easier. It's quick. It's very efficient. All right. This is the first play here. It's a play we call slot fade. We run this in real football season. Well, when I say real football season, 11-on-11 tackle in the fall. We ran slot fade this year. It was very good to us. We'll definitely be running it this year, and we definitely want to implement more fades into our 7-on-7. Okay, so we'll get a fade by two. He's basically going to 7 for 3 yards. He's going to outside break, and then he's going to fade to the sidelines. And it's very important that, and this is going to be one of your better kids. You can put one of your better kids here, one of your best players. Okay, it's a kid that go up and moss the ball. But it's very important that this kid understands that this is not a vertical concept. Okay, he is driving his route upfield 3 yards. He is fading to the sidelines. Okay, what we want. This is a great man-to-man coverage beater. We see a lot of cover two man under. Okay, so they'll have two safeties and they'll play man across the board. Sometimes press, sometimes off, sometimes like in the middle. So this is a great. This is one of our go-to man-to-man beaters. So he'll stem, he'll fade again. Make sure he's fading to the sidelines. We'll get a fake tunnel screen by one, and you can run the tunnel screen first. You have these guys stalk block. He'll stalk the nearest threat. He'll stalk the nearest threat. He'll pull out, kind of look like a jailbreak screen, but you can run the tunnel and throw to one, which will set up the fade. So what I like about this concept too is I like the skinny post by three and the outside release vertical from five. Okay, because if we're getting man cover two man under, okay, we're sending basically three. This is a fade, not a vertical, but this does eventually climb to a vertical. And after you hit the defense with this fade, a lot of times the safety will come over and help, and then that's when you'll hit this. Because this vertical should help hold that safety. And then we have a fade here and a skinny post here, which should basically attacks this defender. So if he helps out here and this kid wins, maybe your quarterback could throw here. Okay, and if the safety sits here, you just fade him. But yeah, very simple. This kid will outside break, cut him for slant, he'll just drag to the field. Okay, most of the time we do put the trips to the field. Most of the time I know the ball is placed in the middle of the field. I was watching some flag league where they actually use hashes, but most of the time they put the ball in the middle of the field. I'm assuming for you guys. And I will say too that we do have a PDF file. It's free that you could print out, and you'll get the play diagrams. And it's actually on 10 best flag youth football plays 7-on-7. Okay, you click that, and then you'll have a PDF file that you could print out. You could sleeve and show to your kids. So go to our website, print it out, and if you're doing a 7-on-7 league, it's easy. Print them out and you take them to your practice or your game. So we have a PDF file for you there. All right, so second play, we're going to go double switch. This is a great man-to-man beater. It's great against zone. Okay, we're getting a post by one, post by five, a corner by four. We're going to get a post by one, corner by two, and then we're going to get a drag by three, and we're going to get what we call like a stop or some sort of like a hitch by six, which is our center. Okay, it's very important that these kids drive the route up the field. We're going to go to 7 yards here. Okay, he's going to break to the post. He's going to go 6 yards. Same applies on this side. Okay, he's going to go 6 yards. He's going to go to the corner. Okay, when kids run a corner route, a lot of times they'll break it. It kind of looks like an out. Okay, this is a corner of the end zone. Okay, so we want to break to the corner, break to the corner. All right, this is great again. Some teams will even play cover two. Okay, the corners will play shallow. Okay, and then we're basically sending four deep. Essentially turns into four verticals. Even though they're two posts and two corners, they're pretty much attacking, the all four areas of the field deep. So, if you're playing cover three, this beats it because you're running four deep. You're playing cover three, a lot of times this will be open. Okay. And then if they're playing man free two under, you're running four deep. I like that. Cover three again. Got four. And if you want, sometimes we do have this three. If it's cover three, we'll tell him, hey, run your drag, just run it this side. He'll kind of run like an arrow. That'll hold that corner. So the corner will have to come down here, and then we read this safety. And we do like hitting the four to two. Two of our, we're gonna put two of our better athletes inside because they have room to run a drag. You'll see on mesh, they have room to break outside. They could go deep. So when you put them inside, they have more. Have different go options. They go left, right, down the middle. So it's get more action, get get more options out of your players when you put them on the inside in the slots here. Okay, so this is a great concept, great against man. It's very important that you guys run really good routes. They drive their route up the field, plant their outside foot, get vertical. Okay, so that's our 3x2 double switch. Love that concept. Probably going to run that in an 11 on 11. Here's a very good concept here. Okay, we'll bunch this up to the right. So the two will be the point. The three and the one will be just behind them. Okay, this is post wheel, and we'll get an out from two, kind of like a deeper slant by one just to clear out, and then the three. So it creates a natural rub here. Okay. If you want, you could have this two run a skinny post. Okay. We have him running out here so we can get a high low. Okay. So a lot of times, this serves as a rub too. These kids are pretty close. Okay. We want the five to drive his route, and we want to come right under off the butt of the five. Okay. And wheel outside. So this is great against man to man. It's great against zone because if it's cover two or cover three, you get three vertical options. Okay. You could have the six doing out this way. I like doing it out this side because it gives us three options to the right, three options to the left, and it could be kind of a quick throw in case defenders do have it down to blitz, or a lot of times they'll line up a kid over the center and they'll blitz them. Okay, this is just in our league. So I do like having a quick little arrow route here to the center or the six. So you could do that to either side. So, it's built in. It's great for man because your two of your better players are going to run wheels. So they'll be able to wheel off the butt. It serves kind of as a natural rub. Definitely a rub over here. Okay. Corner that's covering three will be here. Okay. He'll have to navigate through the traffic and he'll probably leave your three wide open, especially if he's a good athlete. Okay. So this is great against zone. Get a nice high low here. Okay. We get a nice vertical stretch across the field on this too. So, it has a lot of benefits. This is pretty good against every coverage. And guys, the first read for us is yellow. You can make it any read you want. Okay, this is just kind of like a starting place. Okay, depending on how they're aligned, we'll tell the quarterback, you're reading right or reading left. It all depends on the defense. I don't have defense drawn up here, so the yellow receiver is just a basic starting point. All right, for your quarterback's read progression. So that's bunch right, post wheel. All right, bunch right, post slant. Very similar concept. Okay, if you go back and look, it's basically the same thing that's being ran here. Okay, you're getting out by two, getting a skinny post by one now instead of a slant. Okay, and you're getting a wheel by three. So the concept looks the same. And then the 6-2 we're clearing out. We're going to have him run a quick out, okay, or a quick or arrow, whatever you want to call it here. That'll be our blitz beater. Because, like I said, a lot of times they'll blitz this kid right at the quarterback. So we'll just hit that real fast. Okay, so now here's the read is the four on this. Okay, so bunch right, post slant. This is basically a complement off of post wheel. After you got the defense with post wheel, okay, 5 runs the post, 4 runs the wheel. Sometimes they'll switch. The defenders will take the wheel, and he'll take the post. Okay, or he'll go real aggressively not to get rubbed. So he'll open his hips up and turn so he could run with you on the wheel. So once we see this 4-back really either pressing or sitting over the top for real, wheel. Sorry, sitting over the top for wheel. That's when we like to hit the fake wheel. We plant, lower body, boom, hit this inside. So as soon as we see that DB turn his hips and run over the top, so defend the wheel again, boom, that's when we hit the slap. This is a very nasty concept. Okay, so I would highly recommend having this. The post wheel and then the post slant is a really good 1-2 punch. And it's very important that the four really explosive release. Looks like he's going to wheel. Got a downshift, plant, and then slice inside on the slant. Okay, so very nice concept here. And again, you have a nice high-low here. Okay, we're getting the vertical stretch, getting a nice high-low. So it's great against zone, very good against man. Slant, all right. Post trail, this is another one I like. Okay, if you remember, the wheel was ran by three, right? And the post wheel and post slant to the bunch side, we had the three running the wheel. Okay, so what we do here, it's the same concept. Trail, meaning basically he's running almost the same route as the two, except he's running a tiny bit shallower, and he's running it behind the two. Okay, so he's gonna explode like it's wheel, downshift, plant, and run a slant right up behind this two. Okay, so this two is gonna clear out. The six is gonna do a quick out, clear out. Four is gonna clear out. And then we're gonna run. It's not really like it's a shallow post, I guess you could say. And then here we get a post from one. Okay, so this is a nice man-to-man beater. And again, once they scramble, the inside defender covering three, once he scrambles or really focuses on trying not to get rubbed and to get over the top for real, um, for wheel, can't talk, can't words today. But once he gets over the top for the wheel, that's when we fake the wheel, boom, we slant it inside. So it's another great concept. And then, and if you got athletes that could win here, you get an off man or even press man, you run the out and throw the out too, because this does take a little bit of time to develop. Trail concept's nice. Okay. Now this is bunch right, out and up. Okay, we'll run the trail concept to the right. Nothing changes. It's the same exact as like the other play. Okay, so it's just to run this out, and then and as the play you've seen before, he's running that out. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna run that out. We're gonna pump fake it, and we're gonna turn it upfield. So it's basically just an out and out. It's out and up. It's a shot play we're taking here. So I love this concept too. And you can see how all these plays set up one another. So just like with our 11 on 11 playbooks, our flag football playbooks, we're going to have built-in answers for everything, and all these plays complement each other. Like you could see, here's the out here, and then it's the same play. Now we're going to run the out and up, especially if you see this corner, okay, they're aggressively sitting, okay, you hit them with the out and up. This is a great man-to-man beater. And this is very good against cover two man under, because you got almost three vertical routes that should hold those safeties, okay? So, and if you got middle of the field closed, which means they just have one deep safety, this plays even more nasty. Okay, so yeah, the out and up is a great complement to the post out trail. Okay, we got a bunch right here. We got switch post corner. Okay, this is basically, it's a high-low here. Nothing special. Great concept. We use this one in our 11 on 11 in our real regular football season as well. Only threw it like 2 or 3 times this year, but we have it. We're going to get a corner by 2, and you can see how these routes are drawn up straight. These kids are driving their route hard upfield. When you drive your route hard upfield, it's going to bail the corner back. It's going to be forcing him to bail back, and he doesn't know if you're going to break right, left. You're going to go deep, you're going to stop on him, so it really forces him to bail back, or they're going to get beat deep. So this is a nice high-low here. Okay, so our read for this is we always start high to low. Okay, we want to work the ladder here. Okay, we'll start high and then work down. Okay, that's our progression on floods. Work high to low. Okay, we get a nice little switch rub over here too. If you like the matchup here, have him look 4 to 5. Now we tell our kids that if they're playing 2 safeties, okay, they got a safety here, a safety here. For us, that's middle of the field's open. So our progression now would be, okay, post to corner to out. Okay, because this kid will come off the hash. This kid may come off the hash. And if you want to hold this safety, you could just have 5 run vertical, and that'll hold this safety. And you kind of split them. You hit them right down the middle. Okay, so if the guy safety's playing the hashes here, or wide, middle of field's open. So let's look to hit the post. The middle field's closed, when they got everyone up, but they're blitzing and playing one safety. Then you could look corner, to out. Okay, if they have the post player here, we won't even look post. Okay, so that's just the progression we tell our quarterback. If he sees too deep, we're going to look to post, corner, to the deep out. Okay, so we got a nice flood concept here. These routes are great against man-to-man because they're driving your route up and then they're breaking to the field. And it's great against zone because we're flooding it. Okay, and if you want, you could have the six do somewhat of a trail out or an arrow so you get that third defender. So you have a real flood. Okay, so yeah, this is a great concept. Great against man-to-man, great against zone. Post corner, mesh. Of course, you got to have some kind of crossers here. Um, Three is usually our best kid, but we do want to hit the five. Okay, we'll always put our better players somewhat here. One's going to outside release, go vertical. Two's going to run a post. Six going to run a corner. Four is going to run another corner. Okay, so you could see we're basically 1, 2, 3 running 4 verts over the top. Okay, and then we're just going to clear out everything and then let our athletes work in space. Okay, if it is zone coverage, say they're playing a cover 3 or even some sort of cover 4. Okay, you got to teach your kids to find the hole in the zone. Okay, so if there's a defender backer here, linebacker here, he needs to stop in the hole. If he sees zone and there's space, or there's a defender playing to his outside or has outside leverage on a drag route, he could just stop and get the quarterback a target and hit it. So that's something like I don't think you need to worry so much about in the younger age levels of 7-on-7, but if you're doing 7th or 8th grade, you're gonna see some zone. So it's important that you tell the kids to sit. Okay. What you can do too is we'll have him run his over route, we call it. Okay, on the mesh. He's the over. We call what our three's doing the under route on the mesh. Okay, it's just crossing routes. So we tell our over route that you're going to run your over route to the field. Okay, the three is if it's zone, that's when he's going to find and sit in the zone. That's kind of how we do it. Okay, you could teach both of them to do it, which is fine. Okay, but if you know you're getting zone, okay, we want to look to our three who's going to be sitting in the holes. But yeah, mesh is great. Take your best athletes. Yeah, and you just let them outrun people. Great man, it is like the best man-to-man beater you can do. And if they're playing press man, this kid's off the ball, so he'll be able to get an outside release every time. Okay, might be a little harder if they're playing hard press man with inside leverage. Might be a little harder to drag, but when he's off the ball, okay, you'll be able to get an inside release and really work his speed. So yeah, put your two fastest kids there, let them cross, and then use the field. And also make sure they run with their head up. Okay, don't let these kids collide. Um, so make sure they're staying at their proper depth. But you can't play 7-on-7 and man heavy leagues without having mesh. So you got to have some kind of crossers. We do like 4 verticals, again, because we do see a lot of again cover 2 man under, or we'll see cover 3. Those are the 2 coverages we see the most. So a lot of those concepts are beating cover 2 man and cover 3. So a combination of those 3 coverages. That's what we have built in stuff to beat it. So cover 4 here, it's basically 4 verts, getting that vertical stretch. Okay, if we're playing cover 3, a lot of times these seams are open. Okay, if they're playing cover 4, usually this deep dig is open. I'm sorry, a deep out, not a dig. Okay, this out is open. But if it's cover 3, you hit the seams here. Okay, if it's cover 4 and they match the verticals good, you could just hit this kid on here. Or you could do the 6, have him trail again. He's running an arrow route. That's our hot play here. But it's 4 verts, great cover 3 beater. I like outside releases from 1 and 5 and 4 and 2 here. Okay, 2 not so much because we want him to have inside leverage. Okay, he's got to make sure 2 beats 3 too. Okay, so if the 3 has to go, I should probably have him drawn up a little further back, or rather have the 2 up more. This 2 needs to beat him vertical. He needs to break his out off of the 2's butt. So it's a little mistake there. Should probably move him up and move him back. So that's just a little note there. And if you have good corners that can win, say it's just man free or cover 2 man underneath, and you got good outside receivers, just outside release so the cornerback turns his back to the ball and go vertical. So 4 verts is a great concept. If they are playing cover 4, you could have these kids downshift down and run some sort of even you can have them run a comeback, or you could just stop for like a hitch, or you could even have him run a curl. Okay, so it depends. There's options here. You could tag them and tell them to run a curl, or if they see the 4 deep or pressing back, you could have them stop their route, and then you just hit a deep hitch curl or comeback. So that's 4 verts. All right, the last one here is a great man-to-man beater. Love this one. Okay, we get some double moves going here. Three's going to run what we call a whip route. Okay, one's going to run a deep dig, deep in. The two's going to inside release. He's going to get vertical. He has to beat this dig. Okay, so make sure he moves here. He goes. We're going to hold that free safety here. We're going to clear out this corner. Okay, this is a very good man. This is mostly a man-to-man beater here. Okay, this is our man beater. So he's going to clear this corner that's playing man out. Okay, and if they're playing cover two, who cares? Cover two man under, their safeties will press back. So our three is going to go in like it's mesh. Again, like a lot of this stuff looks like mesh, right? Looks like it's going to be mesh. Okay, the crossers, the play I showed before. So he's going to run like his mesh. He's going to plant, stop his momentum, turn, and whip back out. And it's very important he runs a good route. Okay, we need to sell it like it's mesh. He's got a downshift, drop his weight, and explode and whip out to his out. Okay, you could run this a little deep. I have this run up a little shallow. Okay, you could have it run a little bit deeper. You could adjust it in practice or in the game. Okay, so this is going to be our best player, our best kid here. So we love the whip route because this corner is going to open up and run, and you stop, and you're going to whip back. You know, action's always faster than reaction, right? So, and against man coverage, this is a killer. So action's faster than reaction. So if this kid runs a good route and is explosive, it's probably uncoverable. Okay, 6 is going to clear out. 5 is going to come over the top of the 6. It's going to be a straight slant. This kid's just going to open up and he's going to run a slant. This is a good man-to-man beater. Okay, if you like the matchup here, we get a clear out 6 here. Get the 4 clear and vertical, so sometimes there's a hole here. Okay, so we're having him clear out. We do have a high-low here too. Like say the whip is covered, or they end up like changing and they're showing you man, but they, once the ball snapped, they're going um, to the to zone. This is a great complement for that. So you are getting a high-low here, which is very good against zone coverage. All right, so the 4 is going to stem. He's going to break like he's running a post, and he's going to break like he's running a corner. So we're going to drive our route upfield for 7 yards. We're going to plant, break to the corner for 3. Plant our outside foot, explode, and break to the corner. Not an out, break to the corner. This is a vertical route, okay? And I don't have the quarterback drawn up here. But we could hit this, okay? But ideally, we want to hit. This is what we want to hit. Oop. Yeah, let's do a little shorter. There we go. All right, so got the whip here, and then you got the post corner. So you got a nice double move, get a nice little rub here, and then if it is zone, you get a high-low. So if you have the quarterback reading the post side, okay, you could have the quarterback look off to the right a little bit, kind of look off to the 2. And then once the 4 breaks to his post, we want to flip our eyes back here. Hopefully that'll hold these safeties for the seam route by the 2. And then once he breaks to the post, his first break, then we want to whip our head around and read the high-low. Okay, if we think we got this, we want to take a shot here, okay? So we always want to work high to low in our progression. Okay, that's if you're not looking to the whip. I'd recommend first throwing the whip. If you know they're playing man or you're getting all man, beat them with the whip route. But I love the double move here. Post corner, be very tough for youth defenders to defend. Especially, we do run a lot of posts. So having a post corner built in is nice. All right, guys. So yeah, those are our 10 football plays. Okay, we don't really have many more than that. We'll make little changes here or there depending on what the defense is given. But yeah, these are great. It's 10 solid flag/7-on-7 football plays. And again, go to our website. I'll leave a link to the description in the YouTube video as well. If you want to download these play sheets, okay, you could print them out. You could show them right to your kids. So it's really nice. All right, guys. Well, good luck. And if you are participating in flag or 7-on-7, or your kids are doing it, go out, have fun, get better, focus on route running, focus on throwing, focus on catching the ball, and just competing. Okay? So you guys have a good night. Talk to you soon.